Afghanistan is about 6 times the size of Virginia. It has a population density of 135.5 people per square mile, or 52.3 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Panama. 58.1% of Afghanistan's land is agricultural, and 1.85% is forest. The official religion of the nation is Islam, which makes up 99.7% of the population. It has a median age of 19.5 years. 24.4% of the population is urban, and 75.6% is rural. Afghanistan has a GNI per capita of $500. The Republic of Azerbaijan is a bit bigger than Austria. It has a population density of 305 people per square mile, or 117.7 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Poland. 57.6% of the nation's land is used for agriculture, and 11.3% is made up of forests. Islam is the most common religion, which is followed by 97.3% of the population. The official language is Azerbaijani, which is spoken by 92.5% of the country. It has a median age of 32.6 years, and a life expectancy of 74 years for males, and 78.7 years for females. 44.3% of the nation is rural, and 55.7% is urban. Azerbaijan has a GNI per capita of $4,450. The Kingdom of Bahrain is a bit bigger than Dominica. It has a population density of 4,806.7 people per square mile, or 1,865.4 people per square kilometer, which is similar to the Maldives. 11.3% of the nation's land is used for agriculture. It is located on the Persian Gulf. The country has a median age of 32.9 years, as well as a life expectancy of 81.6 years for females, and 77 years for males. 89.3% of the population is urban, and 10.7% is rural. Bahrain has a GNI per capita of $22,170. The People's Republic of Bangladesh is a bit bigger than Nepal. It has a population density of 2,990.2 people per square mile, or 1,163.5 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Malta. 70.1% of the nation's land is used for agriculture, and 11.1% is forestry. The country has a median age of 27.9 years, as well as a life expectancy of 70.3 years for males, and 72.9 years for females. 63.4% of the nation is rural, and 36.6% is urban. Bangladesh has a GNI per capita of $2,010. The Kingdom of Bhutan is a little bit bigger than the state of Maryland. It has a population density of 51.5 people per square mile, or 19.9 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Algeria. 85.5% of the nation's land is made up of forests, and 13.6% is used for agriculture. The country has a median age of 29.1 years, as well as a life expectancy of 70.5 years for males, and 72.7 years for females. 62.2% of the population is rural, and 37.8% is urban. Bhutan has a GNI per capita of $2,860. Brunei is a bit smaller than the state of Delaware. It has a population density of 195 people per square mile, or 75.3 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Morocco. 71.8% of its land is forestry, and 2.5% is used for agriculture. Malay is the official language of the nation. The country has a median age of 31.1 years, as well as a life expectancy of 76.4 years for males, and 78.4 years for females. 77.2% of the country's population is urban, and 22.8% is rural. Brunei has a GNI per capita of $32,230. The Kingdom of Cambodia is a bit smaller than the state of Oklahoma. It has a population density of 232.8 people per square mile, or 89.9 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Dominica. 32.1% of the nation's land is used for agriculture. Khmer is the official language, which is spoken by 95.8% of the population, and 97.1% is Buddhist, which is the official religion. It has a median age of 26.4 years, as well as a life expectancy of 63.1 years for males, and 68.2 years for females. 76.6% of the country is rural, and 23.4% is urban. Cambodia has a GNI per capita of $1,490. The People's Republic of China is similar in size to the United States. It has a population density of 382.3 people per square mile, or 147.6 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Kyrgyzstan. 54.7% of the nation's land is used for agriculture, and 22.3% is made up of forests. Mandarin Chinese is the official language across the country. It has a median age of 38.4 years, as well as a life expectancy of 74 years for males, and 78.4 years for females. 59.6% of the population is urban, and 40.4% is rural. China has a GNI per capita of $10,610. The Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste is about half as big as the state of Maryland. Its population density of 231.6 people per square mile, or 89.4 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Senegal. 49.1% of the nation's land is made up of forests, and 25.1% is used for agriculture. The most common religion is Christianity, which makes up 99.6% of the country. It has a median age of 19.6 years, as well as a life expectancy of 70.8 years for females, and 67.4 years for males. 69.4% of the population is rural, and 30.6% is urban. East Timor has a GNI per capita of $1,830. The Republic of India is bigger than Argentina. 60.5% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and 23.1% is made up of forestry. Hindi and English are the official languages of the nation, the most common one being Hindi, which is spoken by 43.6% of the population, and the most common religion is Hinduism, which is followed by 79.8% of the country. It has a median age of 28.7 years, as well as a life expectancy of 65 years for males, and 71.1 years for females. 66% of the population is rural, and 34% is urban. India has a GNI per capita of $2,170. The Republic of Indonesia is a bit smaller than Sudan. It has a population density of 376.9 people per square mile, or 145.5 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Denmark. 32.1% of the country's land is used for agriculture. The most common religion is Islam, which makes up 87.2% of the nation's population. It has a median age of 31.1 years, as well as a life expectancy of 76.3 years for females, and 70.8 years for males. 55.3% of the population is urban, and 44.7% is rural. Indonesia has a GNI per capita of $3,870. The Islamic Republic of Iran is a little bit smaller than the state of Alaska. It has a population density of 138.5 people per square mile, or 53.5 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Georgia, the country. 30.1% of the nation's land is used for agriculture, and 6.8% is made up of forestry. Persian Farsi is the official language of the country. It has a median age of 31.7 years, as well as a life expectancy of 73 years for males, or 76.7 years for females. 74% of the population is urban, and 26% is rural. Iran has a GNI per capita of $2,870. The Republic of Iraq is a little bit smaller than Uzbekistan. It has a population density of 258.3 people per square mile, or 99.7 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Slovenia. 18.1% of the country is used for agriculture, and 1.9% is made up of forests. It has a median age of 21.2 years, as well as a life expectancy of 74.3 years for females, and 70.5 years for males. 70.5% of the population is urban, and 29.5% is rural. Iraq has a GNI per capita of $4,660. The state of Israel is a little bit bigger than New Jersey. It has a population density of 1,074 people per square mile, or 414.7 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Haiti. 23.8% of its land is used for agriculture, and 7.1% is made up of forests. Hebrew is the official language, and Arabic officially has a special status. It has a median age of 30.4 years. 92.4% of the population is urban, and 7.6% is rural. Israel has a GNI per capita of $43,070. Japan is a little bit smaller than the state of California. It has a population density of 851.6 people per square mile, or 328.8 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Sri Lanka. 68.5% of the country is made up of forests, and 12.5% is agricultural. Japanese is the national language, and the most common religion is Shintoism, which makes up 70.5% of the population. Japan is made up of over 6,000 islands, and is almost entirely reliant on energy imports from outside the country. It has a median age of 48.6 years, as well as a life expectancy of 87.9 years for females, and 81.9 years for males. 91.6% of the population is urban, and 8.4% is rural. Japan has a GNI per capita of $42,620. The Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan is bigger than Azerbaijan. It has a population density of 324.5 people per square mile, or 125.3 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Syria. 11.4% of the nation is used for agriculture, and 1.1% is made up of forests. Arabic is the official language of the country, and the official and most common religion is Islam, which makes up 97.1% of the population. It has a median age of 23.5 years. 90.3% of the country is urban, and 9.7% is rural. Jordan has a GNI per capita of $4,310. The Republic of Kazakhstan is bigger than Algeria. It has a population density of 19.1 people per square mile, or 7.4 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Botswana. 77.4% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and 1.2% is made up of forests. Kazakh and Russian are the official languages of the nation, and Islam is the most common religion, which is followed by 70.2% of the population. It has a median age of 31.6 years, as well as a life expectancy of 77.3 years for females, and 67.4 years for males. 57.4% of the country is urban, and 46.2% is rural. Kazakhstan has a GNI per capita of $8,680. The People's Democratic Republic of Korea, or North Korea, is a little bit smaller than the state of Mississippi. It has a population density of 549.9 people per square mile, or 212.3 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Nepal. 46% of North Korea's land is made up of forests, and 21.8% is used for agriculture. Korean is the official language of the country. It has a median age of 34.6 years, as well as a life expectancy of 67.9 years for males, and 75.9 years for females. 61.9% of the nation's population is urban, and 38.1% is rural. North Korea has a GNI per capita of $684. The Republic of Korea, or South Korea, is a little bit bigger than the state of Indiana. It has a population density of 1,324.9 people per square mile, or 511.5 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Lebanon. 63.9% of South Korea is made up of forestry, and 18.1% is agricultural. The most common religion is Christianity, which makes up a plurality of 27.6% of the population, and the official language is Korean. It has a median age of 43.2 years, as well as a life expectancy of 86.6 years for females, and 80.6 years for males. 81.5% of the nation is urban, and 18.5% is rural. South Korea has a GNI per capita of $32,860. The state of Kuwait is a little bit smaller than New Jersey. It has a population density of 624 people per square mile, or 240.9 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Uganda. 8.5% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and 0.4% is made up of forests. It is mostly flat, dry desert, with intensely hot summers. It has a median age of 29.7 years, as well as a life expectancy of 77.2 years for males, and 80.4 years for females. 100% of the country's population is urban. Kuwait has a GNI per capita of $36,000. $1,290. The Kyrgyz Republic is a little bit smaller than the state of South Dakota. It has a population density of 87.7 people per square mile, or 33.9 people per square kilometer, which is similar to the United States. 55.4% of the country is used for agriculture, and 5.1% is made up of forests. The most common religion is Islam, which is followed by 90% of the population. It has a median age of 27.3 years, as well as a life expectancy of 75.8 years for females, and 67.6 years for males. 66.1% of the nation is rural, and 33.9% is urban. Kyrgyzstan has a GNI per capita of $1,160. The Lao People's Democratic Republic is a little bit bigger than the state of Utah. It's a population density of 82.7 people per square mile, or 31.9 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Venezuela, and is one of the lowest population densities in Southeast Asia. 10.6% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and most is thickly forested and mountainous. It has a median age of 24 years, as well as a life expectancy of 65 years for males, and 68 years for females. 65% of the population of the nation is rural, and 35% is urban. Laos has a GNI per capita of $2,480. The Lebanese Republic is about a third as big as the state of Maryland. It has a population density of 1,345.9 people per square mile, or 519.7 people per square kilometer, which is similar to the Netherlands. 63.3% of the nation is used for agriculture, and 13.4% is made up of forestry. Arabic is the official language of the country, and Islam is the most common religion, which makes up 67.8% of the population. It has a median age of 33.7 years, as well as a life expectancy of 77.4 years for males, and 80.2 years for females. 88.6% of the nation is urban, and 11.4% is rural. Lebanon has a GNI per capita of $5,510. Malaysia is a little bit bigger than the state of New Mexico. It has a population density of 258.6 people per square mile, or 99.8 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Moldova. 62% of the nation's land is made up of forests, and 23.2% is used for agriculture. Malay is the official language of the country. It has a median age of 29.2 years, as well as a life expectancy of 75.8 years for females, and 71.3 years for males. 76% of the population is urban, and 24% is rural. Malaysia has a GNI per capita of $10,580. The Republic of Maldives is a little bit bigger than St. Kitts and Nevis. It has a population density of 3,982 people per square mile, or 1,537 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Malta. 23.3% of the country is used for agriculture, and 3% is made up of forests. The official religion of the nation is Islam. It has a median age of 29.5 years, as well as a life expectancy of 79.9 years for males, and 87 years for females. 60.2% of the population is rural, and 39.8% is urban. The Maldives has a GNI per capita of $6,830. Mongolia is a little bit smaller than the state of Alaska. It has a population density of 5.8 people per square mile, or 2.2 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Namibia. 73% of its land is used for agriculture, and 7% is made up of forestry. The country is landlocked. It has a median age of 29.8 years, as well as life expectancy of 67.1 years for males, and 76.5 years for females. 68.4% of the country's population is urban, and 31.6% is rural. Mongolia has a GNI per capita of $3,670. The Republic of the Union of Myanmar is a little bit smaller than the state of Texas. It has a population density of 216 people per square mile, or 83.4 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Morocco. 48.2% of the nation is made up of forests, and 19.2% is used for agriculture. The most common religion is Buddhism, which is followed by 87.9% of the country's population. It has a median age of 29.2 years, as well as a life expectancy of 62.5 years for males, and 71.5 years for females. 71.2% of the population is rural, and 28.8% is urban. Myanmar has a GNI per capita of $1,260. Nepal is a little bit smaller than Bangladesh. It has a population density of 521.6 people per square mile, or 201.4 people per square kilometer, which is similar to North Korea. 28.8% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and 25.4% is made up of forests. Nepali is the official language, which is spoken by 44.6% of the nation, and the most common religion is Hinduism, which makes up 81.3% of the population. It has a median age of 25.3 years, as well as a life expectancy of 73.2 years for females, and 71.7 years for males. 80.3% of the country is rural, and 19.7% is urban. Nepal has a GNI per capita of $1,190. The Sultanate of Oman is about twice as big as the state of Georgia. It has a population density of 43.1 people per square mile, or 16.7 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Norway. 4.7% of the land is used for agriculture. The most common religion is Islam, which makes up 85.9% of the population, and the official language is Arabic. It has a median age of 26.2 years, as well as a life expectancy of 78.9 years for females, and 75 years for males. 84.5% of the country's population is urban, and 15.5% is rural. Oman has a GNI per capita of $14,150. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan is about twice as big as the state of California. It has a population density of 757 people per square mile, or 292.3 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Vietnam. 35.2% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and 2.1% is made up of forests. It has a median age of 22 years, as well as a life expectancy of 64.5 years for males, and 65.5 years for females. 63.6% of the nation's population is rural, and 36.4% is urban. Pakistan has a GNI per capita of $1,280. The Republic of the Philippines is a little bit smaller than Italy. It has a population density of 1,005.3 people per square mile, or 388.2 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Belgium. 41% of the land is used for agriculture, and 25.9% is made up of forests. forests. The most common religion is Christianity, which is followed by 85.6% of the population, and the official languages in the nation are Filipino and English. It has a median age of 24.1 years, as well as life expectancy of 71.3 years for males, and 77.5 years for females. 53.1% of the population is rural, and 46.9% is urban. The Philippines has a GNI per capita of $3,430. The state of Qatar is a little bit smaller than Connecticut. It has a population density of 715.1 people per square mile, or 276.1 people per square kilometer, which is similar to the Dominican Republic. 5.6% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and most of the population is near Doha, the capital. It has a median age of 33.7 years, as well as life expectancy of 82 years for females, and 77.7 years for males. 99.1% of the nation is urban, and 0.9% is rural. Qatar has a GNI per capita of $56,210. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is a bit smaller than the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It has a population density of 39 people per square mile, or 15.1 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Argentina. Saudi Arabia is the largest country that doesn't have any permanent rivers. Only around 64% of the population is made up of Saudi Arabia citizens. Arabic is the official language of the nation, and Islam is the official religion. About 2 million Muslims make a pilgrimage to Mecca annually. It has a median age of 30.8 years, as well as life expectancy of 78.3 years for females, and 75.1 years for males. 83.8% of the country's population is urban, and 16.2% is rural. Saudi Arabia has a GNI per capita of $21,930. The Republic of Singapore is a bit smaller than Tonga. Its population density of 21,423 people per square mile, or 8,277 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Hong Kong. 33% of the land is made up of forests, and 1% is agricultural. Buddhism is the most common religion, which is followed by 31.1% of the country's population. It has a median age of 35.6 years, as well as life expectancy of 81.1 years for males, and 85.9 years for females. As it is a city-state, 100% of the country's population is urban. Singapore has a GNI per capita of $54,920. The Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka is a little bit bigger than the state of West Virginia. It has a population density of 893.7 people per square mile, or 345 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Japan. 43.5% of the country's land is used for agriculture, and 29.4% is made up of forests. It has a median age of 33.7 years, as well as a life expectancy of 81.6 years for females, and 74.6 years for males. 81.5% of the country's population is rural, and 18.5% is urban. Sri Lanka has a GNI per capita of $3,720. The Syrian Arab Republic is a bit smaller than Senegal. It has a population density of 395.1 people per square mile, or 152.5 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Azerbaijan. 75.8% of the nation's land is used for agriculture, and 2.7% is made up of forests. Syria is mostly hot, dry deserts. It has a median age of 23.5 years, as well as life expectancy of 72.8 years for males, and 75.8 years for females. 54.2% of the population is urban, and 45.8% is rural. Syria has a GNI per capita of $586. The Republic of Tajikistan is a little bit smaller than the state of Wisconsin. It has a population density of 185.9 people per square mile, or 71.8 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Ecuador. 34.7% of the land is used for agriculture, and 2.9% is made up of forests. It has a median age of 25.3 years, as well as life expectancy of 76.8 years for females, and 73.5 years for males. 73.8% of the country's population is rural, and 26.2% is urban. Tajikistan has a GNI per capita of $1,060. The Kingdom of Thailand is more than twice as big as the state of Wyoming. It has a population density of 339.7 people per square mile, or 131.1 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Cyprus. 41.2% of the land is used for agriculture, and 37.2% is made up of forests. It has a median age of 39 years, as well as life expectancy of 80.3 years for females, and 73.2 years for males. 50.1% of the country's population is rural, and 49.9% is urban. Thailand has a GNI per capita of $7,050. The Republic of Turkey is a little bit smaller than Pakistan. It has a population density of 290.4 people per square mile, or 112.1 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Hungary. 49.7% of its land is agricultural, and 14.9% is forestry. Turkish is the official language, and Islam is the most common religion, which makes up 99.8% of the population. It has a median age of 32.2 years, as well as life expectancy of 75.6 years for males, and 81 years for females. 75.1% of the nation is urban, and 24.9% is rural. Turkey has a GNI per capita of $9,050. Turkmenistan is a little bit bigger than the state of California. It has a population density of 34.4 people per square mile, or 13.3 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Chad. The country is landlocked and primarily made up of deserts. 72% of the nation's lands are used for agriculture, and 8.8% is made up of forestry. It has a median age of 29.2 years, as well as life expectancy of 75 years for females, and 68.8 years for males. 51.6% of the population of the country is urban, and 48.4% is rural. Turkmenistan has a GNI per capita of $7,720. The United Arab Emirates is a little bit smaller than the state of Maine. It has a population density of 337.8 people per square mile, or 130.4 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Poland. 4.6% of the nation's land is used for agriculture, and 3.8% is made up of forestry. Arabic is the official language of the country. It has a median age of 38.4 years, as well as life expectancy of 81 years for females, and 78.2 years for males. 86.5% of the country's population is urban, and 13.5% is rural. The United Arab Emirates has a GNI per capita of $43,470. The Republic of Uzbekistan is a bit bigger than the state of California. Its population density of 210 people per square mile, or 81.8 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Tunisia. 62.2% 92.6% of the land used for agriculture, and 7.7% is made up of forests. Uzbek is the official language, which is spoken by 74.3% of the population, and Islam is the most common religion, which makes up 88% of the nation. It has a median age of 30.1 years, as well as life expectancy of 75.8 years for females, and 71.7 years for males. 50.6% of the country is urban, and 49.4% is rural. Uzbekistan has a GNI per capita of $1,670. The Socialist Republic of Vietnam is a little bit bigger than Malaysia. It has a population density of 784.6 people per square mile, or 303 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Pakistan. 34.8% of the land is used for agriculture. Vietnamese is the official language of the nation, and most of the population is culturally Buddhist. It has a median age of 31.9 years, as well as life expectancy of 71.1 years for males, and 76.4 years for females. 65.6% of the country is rural, and 34.4% is urban. Vietnam has a GNI per capita of $2,660. The Republic of Yemen is about 4 times as big as the state of Alabama. It has a population density of 186.1 people per square mile, or 71.8 people per square kilometer, which is similar to Afghanistan. 44.5% of the nation is used for agriculture, and 1% is made up of forestry. The most common religion is Islam, which is followed by 99.1% of the country's population. It has a median age of 19.8 years, as well as life expectancy of 65.9 years for females, and 64.1 years for males. 63.4% of the population is rural, and 36.6% is urban. Yemen has a GNI per capita of $833.